Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Carrie.
Morning.
Good morning, Miss
Morning.
Linda. I think it's good
Hello.
evening there with you.
Yeah, it's 7:15
Oh, 7:15.
ng
Okay, okay.
gabi.
Ng gabi. Okay. Pwede pa yan, pwede pa yan. Okay, so I will share my screen because before we start this class, since this is our first meeting, I will share the house rules. All right? Because teacher wants an organized class, and my cat agrees. All right. So I'll just share this one. Nope, wait lang. Here. So these are my house rules. Okay, so this is the house rules I provided for our online art classes for Autism Hearts Foundation. Wait. Wait. Does everyone see my my screen? Okay po?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right. So the
Siguro, Mami Gigi could unmute since tayo lang naman
apo.
sa ngayon.
Ayan. So the first house rule, number 1, is always have a parent or a guardian with you. So this is very self-explanatory because I'm not there to guide, and you, the parent or the guardian, will act as the art coach for your child. Yes? Yes. Ayan. And then number 2 is stay on mute. Click on the raise hand button if you have a question or something to share. All right? So why do I want the kids to stay on mute? Because sometimes we have noises like background noises na hindi naman makontrol, and it might disrupt the class. So I would rather stay for ask everyone to be on mute unless you want to share something. But again, if you want to share something, I want you to click the raise hand button. It's at the bottom, as you can, yung may kamay. Do you know where that is, Mommy Gigi? You can unmute to reply. Mommy Gigi. Alam niyo po kung nasaan yung raise hand button. Alright, okay, alam. Very good. Alright, again, stay on mute para walang outside distractions. And then number 3, no recording or no screenshots allowed. Alright? This class is for your eyes only. Only the heads like me, Miss Linda, and Tita Foy are allowed to record and take screenshots. Alright? And then if you want a copy of the screenshots, you may ask us. Got it? Yes, parang, yeah. Thank you. All right, number 4. So, in relation to number 3, please don't share our files outside of our class kasi I will be providing worksheets, PowerPoint presentations, and again, these are for your eyes only. And then number 5, please submit the projects on time. Okay, so why on time? Because we're working with other artists, sponsors, companies, and they have deadlines as well. So we have to comply to that. Ayan. Ayan. And also I have deadlines for your class, for your homeworks then. Ayan. And then number 6, please be respectful to your teachers and classmates. Again, very self-explanatory. And then number 7, be aware of strong language, emojis, and all caps and exclamation points in chat. So there are some students who are actually shy to talk, right? But I'm giving you an option to chat. So at least yan okay. But in chatting, you're not allowed to say strong languages, bad words, and then emojis. And then please don't talk in all caps because that sounds like sumisigaw, like you're shouting or something. And then no exclamation points in chat. Period or question mark is allowed. Just one. You don't have to you don't have to barrage with exclamation points. All right? Do you have any questions, clarifications? Okay. Number 8. All right. So for number 8, be careful with humor and sarcasm in chat. So, I don't think this will happen, but still I'm just laying it out there na don't don't make jokes in the chat, because in chat you don't really get to express the joke, and it might, like, for someone who's reading it, it might sound like an insult. So to avoid any miscommunications, no humor and sarcasm in chat. All right, so number 9, be respectful at all times when your video is on. Ayan. So, ayan. So, but if you think medyo chaotic ang ating background or where you are from, you can, if you have a wall, pwedeng behind the wall na lang kayo para hindi nakaka-disrupt if, let's say, maraming tao sa bahay. Alright? There. And then number 10, in the event that the child is not in the mood, sometimes they have mood swings, ganyan. So please turn off the video and audio to calm the child down. Yeah. So remember po yung ginawa natin sa yoga. Tita Foy, what's the name of our instructor? Yung nagturo po sa atin mag-yoga.
Si Jane.
Jane.
Ayun, si Miss Jane. Yeah, so I think I remember nagbigay po ng workshop si Miss Jane on what, like, pressure points to press to calm the kid down. Yeah. So maybe we can do that. So again, if the kid is not in the mood, please turn off your video and audio para hindi rin po maka-disrupt ng class. But again, in the event na hindi nyo na maasikaso yung pag-turn off ng video and audio, I will do that myself na. Alright? Kasi syempre, hindi mo na maasikaso kasi aasikasuhin mo na yung anak mo. So, I'll do that for you since I am the head of this class, of this Zoom. Alright, so those are all of my house rules. Do you have any questions, clarifications, violent reactions? No? Alright, let's move on. So, for our schedule, oops, wait. So, for our schedule, oops, ayan, oops. Ayan. So, I want kasi, like, so our class actually is really 10 to 12. But since I know that a lot of kids have online classes nowadays and ayaw naman natin ma-drown ang kanilang mata sa gadgets, the synchronous classes, synchronous meaning online class, so class with me, like online, ganyan. So that is, so yung lecture, sorry. So yung lecture mangyayari from 10 to 11 a.m. So we have 1 hour for lectures, and ayun. And then syempre the rest, the 11 to 12 p.m. asynchronous. So meaning I will leave you with activities, all right? And you, the parent or the guardian, as the art coach, will guide your kid with my given activity. But again, I'll still be online. I'll still be, ano ba, in front of the computer. So if you need help or something, you can contact me here via my email or my Viber or SMS. So this is my number. Yan. So do you have any questions with this one?
Uh, the reason why Teacher Melly is using her email and Viber as of now, because she has no access to Messenger yet. Na-suspend yata yung account mo, or did you lose your FB account?
They need to clarify that I own my Facebook.
Because you have not logged in for a
For a
long
very
while.
long time, yeah, because again of internet problems. Opo.
It's taking them a long time to verify you.
I know. Well, I think kasi di ako artista kaya kaya late.
Are you
All
trying to
right.
get the blue check?
Opo. All right. So, okay. So, since let's move on. Okay. Let's move on. I'll share my screen again. Wait lang. Share screen. So, yan. So, PowerPoint. Yay. So, we will start with our lessons now. So, don't worry, parents. I will send a PDF version of this PowerPoint to your emails. or I'll send it to Tita Foy to send it to you in Messenger.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ayan. How do I am on full screen.
Yes. You could
Ayan.
send me the house rules and that one
Yes
so
po.
that I'll share it sa messenger. Uh, when they open it, yung hindi naka-attend
Would
would
know.
be
Yes po. All right. So, uh ayan. Sorry, sorry. Okay, so for today, we will discuss the basic drawing techniques. Again, this is by Miss Melly Villavicencio. That's me. All right. So for the first drawing technique, we have hatching. Okay? So I want everyone to listen first. Ha? Look and listen first. You don't have to draw while I'm doing this. All right? Kasi I'm explaining first and then mamaya na natin gagawin yung hands-on. All right. So hatching. Okay. So the first one is hatching. So what is hatching? Hatching is the engraving or drawing of fine lines in close proximity, especially to give an effect of shading. So as you can see in this photo, this is the first example for how hatching would look like in a in a rectangle. So dito sa area na to the far right, there are a lot of hatching lines, so kaya siya dark. And then the less lines you put, the lighter it gets. All right, so these are samples here. Oops. Man. Uh, ayan. So as you can see here, right? So this is a sphere, but with the circle, with the hatching shading, it looks like it doesn't look flat anymore, right? So there was given depth for this shape. So this one is a cylinder, as you can see here, and this is a cube, a cone, and a sphere, another sphere. All right, again, that is hatching. Now, let's talk about cross hatching. So cross hatching to mark with two series of parallel lines that intersect, and it is a method of line drawing that describes light and shadow. So for hatching, kung kanina puro diagonal line lang, with cross hatching naman, you cross it. Yeah, from the word cross. All right? Yes. Parang tuwa-tuwa si Caris, ah. All right. Ayan. So as you can see here, ayan. So pa-cross siya. Ayan. Don't worry, I will show you how it's done later. And then next is what you call stippling or pointillism. So I provided two terms for this. Because sometimes when you search on Google, sabi nila stippling lang or pointillism, it's actually the same. So stippling is or pointillism is the creation of a pattern simulating varying degrees of solidity or shading by using small dots. All right, so dot 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 siya. So as you can see here, the more dots are together, the darker it is, and then the more the more dispersed they are, the lighter they get. All right. So this is an example of a sphere with pointillism. Again, dot dot dot, and then other shapes. Yeah. Nakaka okay pa, Mommy Gigi. All right. Next is random or scribble. So that is a line that bends and curls in an irregular way. So I provided two examples, one and two over here. So kumbaga, ito naman parang ganyan-ganyan lang. As in random. Random lang. They're just random doodles. Some people say na, oh, that's wrong. That's not how you do it. But actually, basta magawa nyo yung shading, okay lang. Yeah, so it's just up to you which basic drawing technique you want to do for your shading. Ayan. Nari, ganyan-ganyan lang. Or, pwede naman, scribble, ganyan-ganyan lang siya. Okay? So, it's just very random. Ayan. So, again, the more dispersed they get, the lighter it gets. So, this is another example of a sphere with random scribbles. Ayan. Next is my favorite. So why is this my favorite? Because it looks clean and it does make the artwork realistic. Okay? Like comparing it to the others, you do have shading, you do have shadows and highlights, but it's not the same. It's not the same as this one na mukhang realistic. Right? Ayan. So, blending is the process of adding value to create the illusion of a form, space, and most importantly, light in a drawing. When executed correctly, shading can make a drawing appear three-dimensional. So, this is kind of an advanced level. Ayan. So, again, these are samples. Ayan. Ayan. So, ito naman po, so this is already blending, right? You already know what blending is. So these are the pencils and these are the numbers. Ayan. So sometimes, diba sabi ko, you have to use 2B or 6B, ganyan, because they have varying shades. Right? So kahit gaano kadiin mo gawin si 9H, ito lang talaga ang darkest shade niya.
Darkness.
Yeah.
Eh, so,
Unlike,
paano,
yes pa, yes.
what if wala silang gamit na ganyan? Can a regular pen or colored pencils, can they use colored pencils in shading para magamit para ma-produce nila yung dark side, yung darker side, lighter side, pero yung colored pencil kasi kung wala sila ng ganyang klaseng black, di
Opo.
regular
Well,
regular
that's why I would suggest that they can we can provide the 6B. I think that's what I asked for before po eh. Na
Yung
pen.
6,
Yeah,
oh, can,
6B. Kasi at
oo,
least
kahit
for 6B po,
alam
kaya
ko
po niya
yung
yung lightest and
lightest.
darkest. Yeah, unlike kay 9H na limited lang siya. Okay, wait.
Wala.
Press record.
Next time, wala nang putol.
Next time wala nang putol. Free Zoom lang kasi, may time limit eh. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
Okay.
Opo. Ayan. So, I'll share my screen again. We shall continue. PowerPoint. There you go. Oops. Isip ko na ako. Ayan. Alright. So, where were we? Alright. So, to address the question of Miss Linda kanina, before we were interrupted, wait, pen color red. Alright. So, her question was, for colored pencils, kaya ba ang ganitong shading? Well, for this is black and white po kasi. So, for colored pencils, they also have their own shades. Yeah. So, ang kalaban lang po ni colored pencil is saturation. So, saturation is how bright the colors are. Yes, Tita Foy.
Oo. Before I forget, can you send me na lang again a list of the materials, and then preferably for each lesson kung ano ang dapat na material nila, so that uh, I could procure it or I could
Apo.
prepare it. I think hindi nakapagpadala si Jane nung weekend. She had been busy din kasi.
Apo. Sige po. No problem.
Okay. And then, yung most especially dito sa pencil.
Yes,
That's HB pencil, right?
No po. Ang gusto ko po for them is either 2B or 6B.
Oo. But I mean, ang HB na brand ng pencil.
Hindi po brand yung HB. It is
It's a
number.
type of...
Yeah, it's a type
it's a
of
number.
pen. Yeah, I recommend Stedler. Meron ba ako?
Stedler, okay.
Opo. Nasaan? Ayun, yun. I have Stedler. So, it is the blue pen. It's the...
Oo, yung blue pencil.
This one po. Yes.
Kain tayo.
Sige po. Wow, grapes.
That's not...
Opo. Sige po, Miss
Oo,
Linda.
sige.
Ayan po. So, ito po. So, Stedler or anong brand ba to? Faber-Castell. They're both blue.
Oo.
Ayun po.
Okay.
Ayun.
Sige.
So, all right. But was I able to answer your question?
Mm.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
So, Okay, you're welcome. I will continue now. So again, so for colored pencils, ang labanan dyan is the saturation, meaning how bright or how strong the color is. All right? But again, we're not hindi muna tayo magko-colors. We need to master pencils first before we move on to colors. All right? Ayan. So again, for the pencils, I recommend 6B or 2B. Kasi po yung mga Mongol pencil, usually HB lang siya. That's why, yes, hindi siya magiging dark katulad nito. That's why even if gaano kadiin ang pagdrawing ni Caris, hindi siya magiging dark. And hindi siya magiging dark na shadow. So may limit lang siya. So ayan, so I'm showing you why it's important to follow the numbers. All right? Ayan. So I hope it's clear. Let's move on. Ayan. So this one, so this is just my ano ba? Yeah, this is tinapay. What is this? So 'di ba, the more time you spend on the shape or on shading, the darker it becomes. Right? So it's the same with cooking or toasting. The more time it spends on the toaster, the darker it gets.
The dark it becomes.
Yes. Kaya minsan sasabihin nyo, is this dark enough? Ganyan-ganyan. Did you spend time on it? Did you spend a lot of time on it? O, di ba? So, yun
Tuwa
lang.
si Kari sa bread mo, teach. Paborito niya yan.
O, di ba? Masarap yung bread. Kahit yung
Ano yan?
sunog.
Toasted. Oh, sunog na yung dulo.
Yes po. Yes po. The more time you spend on it, so the more time it stays in the toaster, the more burnt it is, the darker it becomes. So it's just the same with shading. If you shade a lot on the shadow part, and then it'll become dark. And then the less time you shade on an area, yun yung highlight. So the lighter it becomes. Do you understand? Kala nyo drawing lang. Meron din life lesson. Sa baking lesson naman. Ayan, so in summary, these are samples of the scales using hatching and then cross hatching, scribbling, stippling, and then random scribbles
Random.
again, right? Ayan. So what now? I learned a lot. What do I do? So for your asynchronous activity, so this is the half part of our lesson. So this is wait lang. This one. Oops, no. Sorry. Ayan. So this is your asynchronous activity. On your paper, I want you to create 8 pieces of 1 by 1 inch squares. So ito siya, yung example sa baba. As you can see, there are 8 squares. There are 8 squares na 1 by 1. All right? So, ayan. So, 1 by 1 inches. And then, I want you to shade the following squares with the designated technique from dark to light. Please be guided with the image to the right. So, as you can see here, dun sa right side, number 1 is hatching. Number 2 is cross-hatching. Number 3 is pointillism. Number 4 is scribble or random. And number 5 is blending. Wait, ayaw mag-pen. Ayan. Ayan po. So, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So, basically, you're just gonna copy. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry for my sneeze.
Pusa nahuhulog. Bless you.
Ayan na. Yeah, thank you. Ayan po. So, basically, you're just going to copy the sample on top. Alright? So, this is where you're gonna shade, where you're going to do the hatching, the cross-hatching, the stippling, and yan. So, ito po yung kokopyahin nyo. Do you understand?
So,
Use pencil muna, teach.
Yes po. Pencil po muna. Yes po. Yes po. Pencil po muna.
Are we going to print that po?
Print? No. No need. Ay, sorry na. For print po, no need to print. You can
Gagawa na
just,
lang kami.
yes, gagawa na lang po kayo. So you can get a ruler, tapos again po, gawa po kayo ng 1 by 1
Squares.
squares opo na 8
Okay.
pieces na magkakatabi. Ayan, kasi ito po, 'di ba? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Ayan, so from dark to light.
Like,
Yes. And then, ayan. So, once you're finished, I want you to take a picture po. So, ito na siya, submission format. Here I will be very strict, okay? Because I have a lot of students and I receive a lot of emails. So, I have this system in my email where I have filters. So, my code name for Autism Hearts Foundation is AHF. All right. So everything that has the word AHF on the email will go under the folder of Autism Hearts Foundation. Ayan po. So this is why I want you for your file name and the subject and the file name of your submission, I want it to be AHF underscore the kid's surname and the kid's first name. Ayan. And then dot JPEG. Kasi it's a photo. Please make sure the photo is clear and hindi madilim para po I can check properly. Ayan. And then the deadline, tagal pa, October 11. But if kaya ni Karis ngayon, why not? Diba? The earlier, the better. So, October 11 at 8 p.m. Ayan po. This is also the same deadlines for my other classes kasi Sunday is my checking day. So when I check the the material, the homeworks of my students, ayan. And then please email it to me, meli.villavicencio@gmail.com. All right. Don't worry, Miss Linda and Miss Foy, Tita Foy, I will email it to you too. So may copy po kayo. Naka-CC po kayo.
Thank you.
Opo. Ayan. So, do you have any questions, clarifications with the asynchronous activity?
Hi, Kuya. Hi, Kuya. Hi. Kuya Julian.
Ah!
Julian!
Hi, Julian!
Kuya. Hi, Kuya.
So, hi, Gary.
Okay naman.
No, you say you wave. Mhm.
Hi, Julian.
Hi, Julian!
Hi, Flory.
Hi, Flori.
Flory.
Flori.
Flory.
Flori.
Mhm.
Hi, Julian. How are you?
Okay, it's time to eat.
Alright. Oh,
Yeah.
eat
Okay,
muna.
okay, teach.
Okay po. Wait. Before
Okay.
that. Yes po. Wait lang. But wait, there's more. Stop share. Ay, mali. Wait. Okay. I also need to show you how it's done. Wait lang. Share screen Photoshop. There you go. Okay, so I think si Caris, kaya na niya, but I would still want to demonstrate how it's done, all right? So,
You don't have to open the whole thing. You're only gonna get what? Two.
True.
all right. So, wait, brush. So I'm using Photoshop po for drawing kasi, hard times. Ayan. So for example, so ganito po gagawin natin. For example, you need to draw 8 by 8, no, 1 by 1 squares, 8 pieces. So 1, nope. 1, 2, 3. You can use a ruler. Uh-huh. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5. I will adjust with the power of Photoshop. So 5 and then I'll add more. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Estimate lang yan. But for you, for my students, dapat ruler. may eraser. Ayan. Ayan po. So, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright? So, I'll do one sample with you. For example, let's do hatching. So, hatching, again, is just lines, diba? This is hatching. Puro line lang ng ganyan. So, either vertical or diagonal. Or ganyan. So, this is hatching. So, let's do hatching. Hatching. It's not sneezing. Yung ginawa ko kanina. Ayan. So, again, so number 1, this is where we'll do dark. And then, it gets lighter hanggang number 8. Alright? So, Caris, do you see? Students? Alright. So, for example, this is your pen. So, sa dark side, you have to do it like this. You understand? If lumagpas, that's alright. That's why we have erasers. Ganyan lang. 'Di ba? Again, sa dark, the more time you spend on it, the darker it is. Like the toast, the tinapay. Ayan. Teach, lumagpas kami. No problem, erase. O, 'di ba? Yan lang. Ayan. Alright, so next. Okay, so let's add more. Let's add more lines. Then next. Lines again. Like this. But it's more dispersed compared to number 1. Ayan. Ayan. Dikit-dikit pa rin siya but not as dikit-dikit as the others. And then again, erase the lampas. There you go. Ayan. And then number 3, ganun din. Ayan ang hatching. So this is your practice. Ayan. Thank you, Caris, for showing me what you're doing. Ayan. It doesn't have to be perfect. Ayan. Number 3. Tita Foy, if you want to draw also. And then number 4. Ayan, make sure getting the lines are getting more dispersed and dispersed as you go towards the highlight. Again, erase. Ayan. Number 5. So we are now almost to number 8. So we're in the middle. So dispersing lines pa. Again, erase. Yan. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. All right. So do you see the subtle shading with ayan. So ganyan muna. Oh, wow, nauna na si Caris. Can I see Caris? Ayos. Can you make number 2, 3 and 4 a bit more darker? Kasi very dark si number 1 mo. But number 2, 3 and 4 are not dark enough. So can you add more hatching? More lines pa po, Mami Gigi. Number 2, number 3, and number 4. Dapat po, siya, mukhang dark to light. Yes, very good, Mommy Gigi. Very good in coaching, Caris. Yan, better. Si number 4 po, konti pa po. Konting dark pa. Ayan, perfect. Very good. So, you understand po the activity. So, ano oras na ba? So, it's 10:57. Yeah, it's almost time. So, basically, so for the next hour, yun po. So, I'll send you the PowerPoint through email.
Practice na kami.
Opo, practice na po. So again, hatching, cross-hatching, stippling, random, and blending. Ayun po. Wait for my email po para you have a copy of the activity. All right? Ayan. So I think that ends our asynchronous class. Ay, sorry, for our
Do you
synchronous
have
class.
Gigi's Do you have Gigi's email address?
No po. No po.
Teach.
So you will email it through me.
Yes po. Opo, I will send everything to you.
Okay.
Apo. So, ayan. So, I think that's our first trial with class. I think this will work po, no? This arrangement.
Yay!
Yes!
Galing mo, Teach.
Guys! Ay,
So kasama na din ako.
Thank you! Oo nga, pati kami,
Yes.
Teach.
ano po yun? Kasama...
Kasama na
matututo.
kami nagpag-aaral.
yes, of course. Sabay po kayo.
Pati kami matututo.
Oo.
I'm
So,
going to buy my materials.
yes!
Kaya you give me a list of para
Apo.
para I could do the canvas and check kung how much ang isang required set mo as of now for the lessons.
Apo,
Right.
apo. Wait, si Miss Linda na...
Nakamute ka, Linsa.
Apo. Miss Linda, naka-mute po kayo. Ayan.
I think we could all go,
Kari, did you like your session? What do you say? What do you say to Teacher Melly?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Caris.
All right.
All right.
So we'll see you in the next session.
Wait, before
Stretch,
that,
that's
let's
right.
take
Go
a
stretch.
screenshot. Let's take a screenshot.
That's right. Go stretch, Caris.
Okay, let's all smile. I'll take a screenshot. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Caris, ganyan talaga. One more. 1, 2. Smile, Caris. All right, there you go. I'll send the photos again to Tita Foy. Please wait for the instructions.
Thank you, Melly.
You're welcome
Thank you.
po.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Ma'am
Bye-bye.
Chloe. Thank you, Ma'am Linda. Thank you, Ma'am Linda.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Teacher Melly, next Monday ulit.
Yes po, same time. Yes.
Okay,
Same time.
bye.
All right, bye-bye.